Someone who says, find your passion, it's another day of work is full of shit. They either have money or they don't work enough. I was getting 4 hours of sleep. My kid and my girl lived in a different state at the time because we couldn't afford for them to live here. And they would come on the weekends. I was still working. Like my kid would try to push me and wake me up. I was so exhausted. I wrote In-N-Out a handwritten letter telling her exactly what I want to do. On my birthday, March 16th, Denny Warnick, the COO of In-N-Out, got back to me. Hey, Giuliano, Lindsay read your letter. She wanted me to get back to you on her behalf. The social media influencer community, I'm on the outs with them.
Dog. Okay, I didn't know this story.
They don't like me. It's bad. I get it. It's like they said that I'm like part of the hate culture as far, and like some of them are worth the money.
For sure.
A lot of them aren't.
No.
That's part of their grind. I get it. But like I had a bad taste in my mouth already when I schedule people to come out. They're going to get paid. It wasn't for free.
Right.
And then they just didn't come.
Joining us today is the man behind 303 in the Cut, the self-proclaimed most overrated and overpriced food truck in Las Vegas. Giuliano's passion for food is matched only by his dedication to the Las Vegas community. His journey is a testament to flavor, resilience, and a touch of humor. So buckle up as we dive into the story of a man who's redefining what it means to eat well in Las Vegas. I mean, you're constantly trending, dude. You're all over Instagram. You're all over social media, and it's all the time. And it's a lot of you in front of the camera talking to and like inspiring the audience, but it's really a lot of your customers, brother, like putting on for you. Like you're doing a great job inviting the community in. Obviously you're killing it with the flavors. You're killing it with the food because they have no issue representing for you and showing, hey, this is what I got. This is what I waited 2 hours to go get. And it was worth it. It was amazing. So talk to me a little bit about the journey. Like what was the inception, you know what I mean, to go into this industry, and as well as like the menu, bro?
I had an idea. I was going to school, and I was actually in rehab at this time, right? So I've been 10 years sober.
Congrats.
And thank you. And I was going to school, and my parents were helping me pay for it. I was living in Arizona at the time, and I was doing business management as my major. Okay. And I got to this like credit where I needed a history credit. So I asked the school, I said, hey, can I get an internship in town and make it count towards my credit? And they're like, no, you can't do that. You got to take a history class. And right then I was like, I'm done with this. I'm not doing this. Like, that's a waste of my time. Like, I was like, what does that have to do with that? It's got no correlation, right? Right then and there, I decided, I was like, all right, I'm going to work for myself. Like, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to figure it out.
Okay.
Little by little, the creation of doing a green chili concept came to mind. We would I was living in Arizona. I'd come to Vegas ever so often. I'd bring friends, other people, right? And my mom would always have a green chili burrito waiting for us. And every person over the span of like 3 years said that it was the best burrito they ever had. At first, I thought they were just like being nice because it's my mom. Right. And like a couple years in, I'm like, damn, I bet I could sell this burrito here. I bet it would be fire. So like that's how that first came about.
Okay.
And then I was living in Scottsdale at the time. Well, this was still all like working on stuff and thinking of ideas. And I was driving home late. Was bartending weddings on the weekends, serving tables during the week. And then had like a third job that was kind of on and off. Anyways, I was driving home. It was late. And I was like, man, I would love to stop through the drive-thru and get some bomb food right now with like a bomb dessert. Because the only things that were open was like Whataburger and Taco Bell. Late night in Scottsdale. If you live in Scottsdale, Arizona, you know there's nothing open late there, right? And it clicked right then and there. I said, a gourmet drive-thru. That's what I'm going to build.
Wow.
I said, I'm a consumer. That's what I would want right now. And I would pay. Like if it was a bomb meal and a great dessert, and it was a little more expensive, but better than like the normal drive-thru and fast casual spots.
Right.
I was like, I'd be so happy with it. Looked into getting a loan, and you can't get a loan. Like SBA is not going to give you a loan. No. My credit was horrible. I had like a 500 credit score at the time. And I was like, 500 is good, right? And people were like, no, that's bad. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like rebuilding my whole life, because I'm newly sober, probably I think like 3 or 4 years sober at this time. And I was like, okay, so let me do some reading. Let me do some research. And I was like researching businesses and other concepts and things like that. And I found some very successful concepts started as food trucks.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I'm going to buy a food truck and move back to Vegas. If I can make it in Vegas and grow it in Vegas, I can take it to any market. And that's what I'm going to do. And so over that span, I really mapped my whole business out. Like I have my business mapped out over the next 50 years. You know, like I have a long-term vision of where I'm going to go as far as like being a titan of the industry, like same model as In-N-Out. And so that's kind of where the inception of all that came,
Right.
you know, working multiple jobs, stacking up money.
Yeah.
And then I quit all my jobs. I moved to Vegas to start that. So like when I did the gourmet drive-thru, I was thinking like, you know, what would be dope? What if it was a weird menu that shouldn't go together, but everything was fire? So we only got 3 things on our menu realistically: a burrito, a fried chicken dish, and a Philly, or a dirty dog. It's like a deep fried hot dog with a cheesesteak on top. And then cheesecake and tiramisu, right? We have churros as well, but it's super weird. If you showed up somewhere and you're like, they say they have the best tiramisu in the city and the burrito's #1 seller, like, where am I? What is this? Right? So in my head, I thought it was just something different, right? It's, no one's reinventing the wheel,
Right.
but I am doing something different in the sense of those going together and actually being a super well-known concept and it being as good as it is. Because if you were going somewhere and they're like, oh, the cheesesteak is good, and so is the burrito, you'd be like, where am I?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah. So that's kind of how all that came about.
100%. And the reason that I can agree with this of your menu is so crazy and bizarre, because when I took my wife there and she was like, oh, what are you going to get? I was like, oh, I'm getting a chili verde burrito. And she's like, oh, what are you going to get the baby? Do you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, I can get her this with this chicken on top, like these French fries, like carne asada fries. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with this on it. And she was like, oh, I thought we were going to a Mexican restaurant. And I was like, no, we're actually going there. And I'm a huge like dessert fiend. I was like, because I went to tiramisu.
Yeah.
And she was like, wait, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, she thought I was like playing a joke on her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I was like, nah, like check this out. And we pulled up, dude, and it was amazing. It was everything that I wanted. And then I even got her to get on board. We did the hot dog with the Philly cheesesteak for her.
Yeah.
And she smacked it.
I love to hear that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's so different because it's not the norm. It's not a Mexican food restaurant. It's not like an American food restaurant. It's not like an Asian food restaurant. It's not even like a fancy high class restaurant, like a French cuisine, but they have tiramisu. It's literally a food truck with your creation, your baby piled into everything. But it has this weird like Jack in the Box, late night munchie box
Phil.
feel. Yeah, dude. But it's bomb. It's not the munchies box. Do you know what I mean? Was like your mom a chef, or did she just make really good?
No, so my mom, like where I'm from is Colorado. I was born there, right? I grew up in Vegas like since high school. But it is green chili is just kind of a staple in that region as far as New Mexico and Colorado goes.
Got it.
So that's just kind of where that came from. And, you know, your mom or your grandma makes green chili, and that kind of how it came about it. And I didn't work in the back of house at all. I'm a front of house guy. I don't have any kitchen experience whatsoever.
Yeah.
When I knew what I want to do, I spent my off time with like professionals, like chefs. Like I had a chef that I worked with and we were off on certain days together. And I'm like, hey, I want to learn how to make fried chicken. I'll buy the food. Let's cook for your family. Show me 3 different variations that I make fried chicken. But I did that relentlessly for a few years. I would make sauces and bring them in and have the chefs try them and all the servers. And I would make cornbread every week. We used to have chicken and waffles on the menu because I love chicken and waffles. And dude, I was relentless. So like 303 sauce, I made 300 or 400 times, different variations until I got it. And like, I just became super obsessed with the idea. I think it was nice to have a different kind of purpose in my life.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a lot to accomplish goals, and like, but I think once you figure out what you want to do, or you have a goal that you're like, I'm going to crush this goal, it just becomes a lot easier. Like someone who says, find your passion, it's another day of work, is full of shit. They either have money or they don't work enough.
Right.
I'll be honest.
Yep.
Because I don't want to do this every day. There's days where it's challenging, but I have no choice. If I want to accomplish my goals, I'm going to strap in and I'm going to do something every day for it. And that's the discipline that it takes, you know?
I want to ask, because I heard you at the beginning of the story, you said you had 3 jobs, and I don't want this to be overlooked by the audience. The way that you describe yourself is literally the true entrepreneur life. At one point in time, you had 3 jobs. When you knew this is the route that you wanted to go, brother, you were giving away, you were earning, right? You kind of took like a chef mentorship crash course, paying for the supplies and being taken underneath your wing. There's steps, there's roadblocks, there's things that you have to do to be successful. And I want the audience to grab, if anything, away today listening to your story is there's work involved. And it was at one point in time, you had 3 jobs. That was just to survive doing something else. This wasn't even 303, I'm assuming.
Correct.
And then when you knew that this was the goal, you were like, I'm not there yet. How do I get there? I have to do these things. And it was giving stuff away for free. There's so much power in that. And I don't want that to go over people's head. Like, you don't start off in business just killing it and making money. You know what I mean? You had a vision, you had a plan. You knew this is the route I had to go to get there. And look at you today. And I'm sure that all that extra work that you were doing fueled you to be able to do this now and go this much harder. And now it's just normal for you to go this hard all the time. Could I say that's safe to say? Kind of, sort of. It's a little bit of work.
A little bit, yeah. I go hard all the time.
Yeah.
It's just became second nature.
Absolutely.
But like, just so, there's transparency of like, I got sober. I was doing like illicit drugs for like 11 years, a little bit 11 plus. I got sober.
Yeah.
Even when I was sober, I'm like getting my life together. There was a time when rent was due, went to Vegas with my friends, spent my last money. I wasn't going to have money for rent. I was going to have to tell my friends, like, can you guys cover me this month?
Wow.
I hit 4 aces with a kicker at Aliante Station, had enough to pay rent. And right then and there, I was like, bro, what am I doing? I'm like a year and a half sober and I'm still living like this. Like, yo, what's up? So I started being super disciplined. I would work 6-7 days a week, 8-9 weeks in a row, and then take some time off. I'd go somewhere. I'd go to Colorado for 8 days, whatever. But dude, I was grinding every day. I was picking up shifts.
Yeah.
And I got a comma in the bank account. So I got $1,000 saved. And to me, that was the biggest triumph ever, because when you are a junkie, like living a certain way, I had money for drugs and nothing else. And I was working 2 jobs back then, but it's to like provide for drugs, right?
Got it.
And so I got a comma in the bank account. And I started stacking more. And the next thing you know, I got 10 G's. I got 2 numbers in front of that.
Right.
And my brother's the one who like, he told me, he was like, all right, I want you to focus on the next number. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I want you to focus on 2 commas. I'm like, what? He's like, hey, he's like, and we had a long conversation. My brother's like very diligent with money and smart. He's like, I want you to make that your next goal. 2 commas. I was like, all right, let's do it. So, that's another goal is 2 commas. And then you move and I'm making more money. And I get another job, and I take another job for extra because it's hard out there. Like, what people don't understand sometimes is like, I get it. Everyone thinks they're worth 100K, 200K, right? You have to have a set of skills. You have to bring value to a company, and that company's got to be making hundreds of millions in revenue to be like, yo, all right, I'm gonna pay you 250 because you're gonna bring in $1 million in revenue this year. Like, but it doesn't work like that at the smaller scale business. And then also in your 20s when you have no set of skills. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, all right, I'm gonna make this, and this is making that much. I'm gonna get a second job. Oh, now I'm making more. I'm gonna squeeze in a third where I can during the day. Oh, you know what? Just that third job takes care of rent for the month. Sick. Now this other stuff can be saved for that. And so was the progression of it, of like, you make a goal and you work backwards.
Okay.
Like, even if you don't know what your goal is of like a business or something, like what do you want your life to look like in 10 years? Okay. Everyone wants a big ass house and cars. All right. How you get there?
Yeah.
Because the one job you're working now with 40 hours a week and you don't want to pick up extra shifts and go and cut it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's all about your goals in life too. So I'm not judging anyone else how they do stuff. It's just like, I came from such a low that like, I just kept scraping the barrel and going and I'm so relentless. Like, I just haven't stopped, and it's just worked out in a good way. So like, maybe the addictive personality helps, because like once I found what I like became obsessed about, I'm very organized. I'm very diligent. I'm very good at what I do. And anything that I'm not good at, I'll take the time to learn. Yeah. You give me a day, I'm good. Give me a week, I'm great. Give me a month, I'm gonna beat you. For sure. Give me a month of doing what you're doing. It's just like content creating. Like, I make videos. You say I'm trending. Like, if I was in the business of social media, like influencer, I'd kill it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm dropping 5 videos a day now. Yep. Like, with running a business, like, bro, I could turn it up to whatever. But that's just the mindset of like, you see the results of some hard work and you're like, I bet if I turn it up, I bet I'll be even more successful. Yeah. People are at the food truck because I posted 2 videos What if I post 5 videos every day? Am I going to get more people? It's just a different mindset. And like, not that my mindset is better than someone else's mindset.
Yeah.
I don't know what it stems from. I don't know what it is. I just can't turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was a really cool way to like flip the outlook on addictive personality.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. Because you only hear it in a negative light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that was dope, dude. Let's touch on the social media, because your social media is different at the same time. It's a lot of you forward facing in front of the camera, being open, inspiring whoever may be looking at that moment in time, depending what video you see, as well as you're not only showing your menu, right? And I love your catchphrases, dude. Sometime throughout today, you have to say them. But you also go into like other people's restaurants and you're trying their food and you're helping put on for them off of your audience. Can you speak to that? Is that not only is it like helping the community, right? Which is Vegas, that's who we are, you know what I mean? Naturally. And it's really, really cool. We're different than the rest of America. But what it also is, it's another way of marketing, and maybe not everybody can see it, is you're able to grab their audience. They're able to grab your audience. It gets reshared, reposted, and flipped over here, which the end goal is gravitating everybody to you. Yeah. So there's a little bit of genius in there, and I don't think everyone can see what you're doing, but can you touch on like where your idea of marketing?
Yeah. And so like, I'm always transparent about my story. Yeah. I'll never BS anything, right? We were dead broke in the beginning. Paid some influencers come out. One of them did really well. I got busy. I had a good relationship with a couple, this girl named Talls in town and Brandon, Las Vegas. They did videos for me. I got busy from it, right? We were dead for a while. And so I booked more people to come out and they didn't show up. Now in a real business, if you do something like that, you get a 1-star review, but the social media influencer community is so small.
Yeah.
They're not going to hold each other accountable. Like they can't, they're all private contractors. Like, but I got blown off. So I had to learn how to make my own social media.
Got it.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
And I started posting, and I started hitting record sales. I remember my first $300 night, my first $500, my first $1,000, my first $2,000.
There we go.
Mind you, I had 2 employees at the time. I had 2 employees and 1 part-time. And like, bro, I was like dead broke. Yeah. Okay. All the bills were paid. All my employees were paid. I was like, yo, it's going to be a good year. I might be able to pay myself this year, you know? And I do this cheesecake video. It gets like 3 million views on my page.
Wow.
Keith Lee gets tagged in it. Keith Lee shows up when he had 1.1 or 1.2 million followers at the time, which is still huge,
dude. Yeah.
Right. But he wasn't on the level like he is today.
Got it.
We have an interaction. We talk. He's cool. He's chill. He pays for the food. I give him a couple extra things because I'm like, he's got to try this. This is fire. You know what I mean? And he does the review. It's like one of his first videos that blow up, okay. Right? I don't know if one of his wife's videos did over 35 million, but it was over 35 million views.
You're right.
2 days later, I had 147 people in line.
Dude.
I had a line for 2 years.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
You had a line for 2 years.
Yeah. So, okay. Now, sometimes there would be like 2 people in line or 1, and then it would build back up.
Okay.
And I'm saying for 2 years, from the minute we opened, minute we closed, we had people.
Got it.
There was never something where we didn't have someone for fucking 5 minutes.
Gotcha.
That's how crazy that it was, like a unicorn video that might never happen again.
Absolutely.
And then he went around, he was changing lives and businesses, right? He was going and saving struggling businesses.
Yeah.
So I was like at a different point when he came, like, I was like, yo, it's going to be good. And then that happened.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind,
yeah.
right? And so that happens. And how I get into like helping other people is when you're at that point, like, dude, we were so busy. I was getting 4 hours of sleep. You know, my kid and my girl lived in a different state at the time because we couldn't afford for them to live here.
Okay.
And they would come on the weekends. I was still working. Like my kid would try to push me and wake me up. I was so exhausted. I'd wake up, I'd hold him for 10 minutes and I'd have to go take care of my stuff, dude. Like those are like the sacrifices, like the stories that people don't hear of. Like
Absolutely.
When people say you're lucky and then like, bro, like I lived away from my family for multiple years because we couldn't afford nothing. Like we've sacrificed some stuff as a family.
It's not luck.
I'm just so relentless in 303, trying to get the workings of this, staying on top of it. And at one point, this like 2 years later, at one point I was like, a mentor of mine, Colin Fukunaga, who owns Fuku Burger, one of the most successful food trucks of all time.
Bomb.
I slid in his DM years ago asking for help. He's my mentor, my good friend. I attain a lot of my success to him. He always said, being rooted in the community, do more for your community. And I realized is like, in the beginning when I started, I would always post people on my page. You can go to my very old Instagram.
Yep.
I never posted reels, just videos or photos with like other food trucks and stuff. Like, yo, shout out to, you know, blah, blah. Like I did that just because that was kind of like the thing to do, not like trying to be an influencer or anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I've been selfish lately. Like I need to get back in the community and like help other people. So I started getting back in the community and doing things like that and trying to help. And the feedback I was getting was, hey, I have these influencers like asking for collabs or DMs. They're in my DMs saying, hey, I'll change your business. I just need $300 in free food. And like they were being taken advantage of by medium to small content creators.
Yeah.
So I picked the side, and the side I picked was standing up for small business, you know? And I was just like, I made a video. I was like, look, are people in your DMs asking for money to make videos? Are people asking for business consulting? Hit me up. I'll show you how to do it. I don't want nothing from you. It went viral. The social media influencer community, I'm on the outs with them.
Dog. Okay, I didn't know this story.
They don't like me. It's bad. So I get it. It's like they said that I'm like part of the hate culture as far, and like what some of them do is great.
Right.
And like, yeah, some of them are worth the money
For sure.
but like a lot of them aren't.
No.
That's part of their grind. I get it. But like I had a bad taste in my mouth already
Right.
when I schedule people to come out when we're dead broke. And I'm like, okay, I'm scheduling these people. It's going to show up. They're going to get paid. It wasn't for free.
Right.
And then they just didn't come.
Right.
I was like, oh, wow. They don't give a fuck. Like they're not a real business.
No.
That's not professional.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm going to say what I say. I do your job and run a business. Like if I just did one, trust me, you give me enough time, I'd be a huge, you know, so I'm going to build my thing like that anyways. So I do that and I just get positive feedback from everyone that I'm helping. People would stop by the commissary or I'd go there and I'd show them how to make social media.
Yeah.
I said, it's up to you. If you want to post and be successful, do it. And then I started making videos for people.
Yep.
And dude, some people were like getting busy or like, I wouldn't say like, oh my God, he's so busy. But like when someone calls me like, yo, 15 people came yesterday because of your video.
Thank you.
And I was like, 15 people? I'm like, for me, that's great. Like if I owned a small business and 15 people walked through the door, I'd want to know where those 15 people came from.
Right.
So I started making more and more videos. And like, I did it because it made me feel good and I like helping other people. And coincidentally, it worked out for my business.
Okay.
And like, yeah, dude, I stand on the small business side. Someday I'm going to be big business and I'm going to want to always stand by a small business and help because it's hard out there. So when someone's promising a video, it's one thing to say, hey, yeah, I can make video for you. This is for my time. Cool. For people to say, hey, I'm going to make this video and I promise you it's going to help your business. You just got to pay me $600 and comp my food. And then they post a video and nothing happens. That's the business's fault for believing it. It is not a one-sided mistake. That's the business's fault. You got to own up to that responsibility and know that you shouldn't have done that. But the other side, to me, I'm big enough of a platform now where I'm like, bro, I'm not going to let people bully people. Like, I'm going to say something out loud. And a certain side might not like me. And I thought about it and I felt so bad. And I have had good relationships with some of them and I still respect them. When I opened my second location, none of them came to do a video. None of them reached out and was like, hey, you're on your second location. I want to come help. That's okay. Because I didn't offer to pay. I didn't no one. And we were busy anyways.
Yeah.
Because of the videos I made.
Right.
So I have that different mindset of like, because my girl's always like, dude, stop picking fights with people. Don't say stuff you don't need to. You need to stay neutral. And you're right. My opinion is not that important.
Sure.
But I do believe in that very much of that you should help other people.
Yeah.
And if you have a voice and you can stand up for someone, I'm going to do it. So like, I'm just against small business getting taken advantage of.
Right.
Business's fault too, though. They let themselves get taken advantage of. So they're not innocent as well.
Yeah. I
just happen to say what's on my mind because I built it without him. I was doing record sales. Keith Lee showed up. That changed my life. That's part of my story. That dude was awesome. I love it. Right.
Yeah.
But then I kept going and I'm still busy today and we're thriving today because the inner workings are good, because I care about my business, because I'm going and helping other people and then people talk about me. Like, dude, I get recognized at the airport almost every time I travel. I get recognized in public and it makes me feel good.
Right.
Some guy that was huge in Burger King, like he asked a question one time, he goes, why are you putting your face in the videos? It's not about being famous. It's about your food. And at first I was like eating it up, like, yeah, you're so right. I shouldn't do that. And then I thought about it. I'm like, you bought into Burger King.
Yep.
Like it was already built for you. I'm building a platform. Like I'm building a brand from the ground up.
Absolutely.
If people are going to know a couple things, yeah, the owner got sober years ago from drugs and alcohol, trying to change his life around. I started a business that my true goal is to put its employees first. I worked for a lot of people that didn't care about me. You know how much I hated when they would share, we did record sales this week. Cool, can I get a sushi roll? Nah, 50% off. I'm like, why the fuck are you telling me you got record sales this week? Like, keep that shit to yourself.
Right.
Right? I want to have a stellar product. I want to care about the guests and the guest experience. When people find out what 303 is about, and that's the things that we live by, you know, like that's what they're going to want to support. Is not only is the food going to be good, they're going to be like, yo, that's a great company. Like what they stand for and what they do is that, right? And so I'm my own person and I don't waver from a lot of stuff, especially like just like my moral fiber being.
Yeah.
And sometimes it goes against the riff and sometimes it makes bad relationships with people because they don't like where I stand with it. And it's a tough line of, you have to understand that you have to be kind and compassionate. So I try to stay out of the negativity. I made that post and it affected some people negatively that I had respect for or still have respect for. And so maybe I should have chose my words more wisely, but now I'm on a side of a fence by myself and I realized I was there anyways. You know what I mean? Like, So it's just been a cool progression of that. And like the more videos I do for other businesses and help them, dude, it makes me feel good. And then they call me like, dude, guess what? Blah, blah, blah. Like, really? You know, I'm like, to me, that stuff is cool. And like, if I can always stand behind that and just do it for free, it's just like my ultimate fantasy, like is someday be at my level that I want to be at multiple states. And I want to just call up UNLV. I just want to call up CSN and be like, hey, I'm going to come out and I'm going to talk for free. Have all your business majors, have anyone who wants to come sit in the auditorium, and I'm going to tell them my story and I'm going to answer any questions for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to charge a thing because I think you should give them information out freely. There's not enough tough ones out there to do it. It's like the social media influencers.
Right.
If you're worried about the information that I'm saying out loud or giving to the business owners, first off, like that means you're not bringing enough value in general.
Right.
But like, do you know how many restaurant owners don't want to make their own videos?
Yep.
There's a huge market. They're going to pay those guys. They're going to get paid.
Yeah.
But if you're a real entrepreneur, if you're real hungry like me, I'm going to give you the path to success and you will get busier and busier because of it. But it's hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like,
Right.
if it's Easter, if it's my son's birthday, it don't matter. I'm posting. Because there was a time when I couldn't afford presents on Christmas, couldn't afford presents on Valentine's Day or birthdays. For a couple of years, dude, that's how dead broke we were.
Right.
And I worked every day and I missed birthdays and I missed a lot of stuff. So I just have that different mindset of like, there's not enough success in today to last tomorrow. So I'm going to do everything today to catch up today. And tomorrow I'm going to go just as hard because if you just don't stop, you'll surpass everyone. I have blinders on. I'm not worried about other people. I don't buy concepts. I build them and I don't follow trends. I set them, right? That's what I do.
Oh my God.
And I stay focused and I stay relentless. I don't worry about the competition. I don't worry about who else is out there. I want to help everyone. Hey, you're trying to start the same concept as me? Awesome. Let's shine some light on you. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm that type of guy. Food truck, food business, not food business. Like I want to help because business is good for competition. It weeds out the weak.
Right.
So like my goals and like what motivates me is just different than the average person. I will never sell. And I hope that this gets played back in 20 years when I get offered 50 million for 303. And I'll be like, no. My true goal was to build something for my family and for other generations.
Fire.
Because don't get me wrong, you could franchise. People throw money at me all the time.
Yep.
I could exit for 20 million in maybe like 15 years.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I'm
to
building $1 billion concept. People are $1 million dreaming. I'm $1 billion dreaming. That's the difference.
Yeah. I wanted to ask because obviously, you know, it's easy. You can franchise because you've already built a brand.
Yeah.
People know if they buy into this, they follow the blueprint that you're going to give them, especially you being as cool as you've already been to people not giving you money, right?
Yeah.
You're going to go, you're going to show your face, you're going to bring the audience there. It's going to be an instant hit all around the country.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that at all.
No. And everyone's goals are different.
Okay.
And my goal is not better than anyone else's. You could franchise and make a lot of money.
Right.
Look at Shake Shack. I love Shake Shack. I think it's a great burger. They're closing a lot of locations right now. People will grow too big too fast and the inner workings won't be as good, or the product, and things fall off, you know? I'm $1 billion dreaming. Those people are $1 million dreaming to go sit on a beach. I'm $1 billion dreaming so that my grandkids' kids are wealthy. Like, I'm trying to build that. I'm literally $1 billion dreaming. When I dream of stuff, that's the level I dream of, right? And like, I guess it's also purpose in my life. It feels good after doing everything I did for so long. It's like I'm building and getting to help others along the way. You know, there's households that pay their bills because of me.
Yeah.
My family's taken care of. Like, it's just a different goal. I don't want to cash out and go sit on a beach.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm not very smart, dude. If you gave me, someone's like, oh, you could sell and start a new concept.
Yeah.
Sounds like a new set of problems.
Absolutely.
And like, yeah, I would take the time to learn the problems. I don't want to do that.
No, yeah.
I want to perfect what I'm doing, right? And it's like, so I actually, when I first started, I reached out to hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs, companies, moguls looking for advice. I told them I was going to start a gourmet drive-through concept. That I'm starting as a food truck, that these were my goals and aspirations, that I was 7 years sober at the time. I'm looking for help. 2 people got back to me.
Ooh.
Colin from Fuku Burger.
Okay.
A lot of my success is because he laid the path out. That's my guy. I love that guy. That's my dude. The other one is Lindsay Snyder.
Okay.
She's the heiress of In-N-Out. I wrote In-N-Out a handwritten letter telling her exactly what I want to do. On my birthday, March 16th, Denny Warnick, the COO of In-N-Out, got back to me. Hey, Giuliano, Lindsay read your letter. She wanted me to get back to you on her behalf.
Yeah.
Goes into great detail. Today, me and him have a very good relationship.
Yep.
I sent In-N-Out an email of questions. Hey, business update. Da, 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 da. Might take him 3-4 days to respond.
Yeah.
It's this long.
For sure.
He breaks it down into what In-N-Out would do, what he thinks I should do, like what he heard from my email that I should work on, and working with like employees. And it has been huge, right? And he told me I could take on other money, right? But if I truly want to be on the level of In-N-Out, if I truly want to build something like that, like I talked about,
Yeah.
that I shouldn't, and I should do everything myself, and it'll be a much harder, longer road.
Right.
But the end result will be exactly what I want. And what I want is a $1 billion concept as big as In-N-Out. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want to be in multiple markets, privately owned. And so my drive is just different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's an ego thing, because they tell you like, hey, most founders don't grow into $100 million CEOs.
Yeah.
Am I going to listen to them or put my fucking nuts on the table? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to do.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought In-N-Out up. I've never said this on camera before. First job I ever had, first job I ever got fired from, In-N-Out. Straight up.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I learned so much from them. I mean, I was obviously no tattoos, clean shaven, but the work ethic, the drive is insane. You know what I mean? You work the craziest hours, but I honestly met some of the coolest people that like are in the cut and in the trenches with you, because only they understand when like, dude, I was there. It was Ohio State versus Oregon Pac-12 championship, a Rose Bowl in SoCal, and whole football team came in, dude. Nobody knows what it's like until someone is like, oh, 200 fries down. And then you look around and you're just like, we got this.
Yeah.
We're about to just go bust out 200 fries together and then constantly be cleaning. You know what I mean? Because it's a bunch of football players, dude. You know what I mean? So yeah, big shout out to In-N-Out. Concept of In-N-Out is we are great at very little things. Did you stem your idea of your menu like that from them?
No. Because I thought to be so we call it American classics with a green chili twist.
Okay.
Took things from around the country that really lived. Like that I loved. Think about it. If you grew up in America, and you heard about the different food from around the region, right? You would say tacos and burritos are popular because of the Mexican culture, right? East Coast Philly cheesesteaks are huge, right?
100%.
Okay.
Yep.
If you're in the South, chicken and waffles is very popular.
Yep.
And I feel like fried chicken is just kind of popular around the whole country, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then desserts, like people love a cheesecake. I love tiramisu. That's how that came about. So I picked things from around the country, and it was a bigger menu before.
Okay.
And when we got busy and we got really screwed one night, I was like, we can't have this on the menu. We didn't have size. We had a grill. We have a grill this big on our smaller truck.
Yeah.
And like hot holding was here. So we had this much room. And sometimes you had 12 burritos and 8 Philly cheesesteaks.
Yep.
There's no room. And then we had quesadillas on the menu and this and that, like, and we had waffle. It was too much.
Got it.
So we cut it down. We simplified it. After 2 years, we cut sauces as well. We used to make ranch in-house and some other stuff.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're going to simplify it. We're going to focus on what we do and just do what we do really well.
Right.
Because people ask, why don't you add this meat to the menu? And like, let's just worry about this.
Yeah.
And once we perfect this and we get in brick and mortar, because that's a whole different animal. That
Absolutely.
I'm a proven food truck right now.
Yeah.
I'm not a proven like restaurant concept.
Got it.
Yeah. I'm not too big. I'm not going to get too big for my britches.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So I have to prove myself when we get in there. So let's do what we do perfect.
I love it.
Not fuck with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's very, very smart. And being able to step back, look at your business from a different perspective and light and be like, hey, we need to pivot. We need to pivot. It's okay. Let's double down on the stuff that we do great. You know what I mean? The stuff that everyone comes back for. I went, dude, and I'm not going to lie. I think we waited, and I'm not a very patient person. Like, I'll just throw it out there and be honest with you. But I really, really, really wanted the tiramisu. Like I told you, dessert fanatic. I think we were there for like an hour and 20 minutes. So when you see online, like there's a 2 to 4 hour wait, that's not for the internet. It's real. Like, what was that like? That feeling of, like you just said, you have this little tiny grill, right? But this is the dream. This is what you want. These are great problems to have, but it is a problem, right? What was the first interaction or came to you when you look outside and you're like, holy crap, this is about a 2 hour wait?
Dude, it was cool. It was like, it was a great feeling. And then you learned it's not about how much a guest spends with you. It matters what their experience was. I'd rather have someone spend $20 and be happy than a family come spend $500 and then be unhappy.
Got it.
It's not about the money. It's about the experience, right? You make your employees happy, make your guests happy. Making money is a byproduct.
There we go.
We just happen to be very good at those things.
Yeah.
And for me, I was riding along, dude. I thought I was a big bad CEO, and the Burger King guy, CP, shout out to CP. He put me in check, which was what I needed, because he said that. He's like, "Oh, you think you're hot shit, huh?" He goes, "You need a bigger fryer. You need a separate line for desserts. You could be open longer hours. You just have to file the permit." He's like, "You ain't shit.
Yeah.
You don't like making money, I guess."
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh." Next day, I had permits filed for extended hours. I had a new fryer ordered, and we ordered more stuff to have a separate line for desserts, because you're like, everything needs to move faster. And he was right.
He was right.
How long could I ride the 2 hour wait in there?
Yeah.
You could do it. You can. And we have nights where it's back, like it's busy. We're doing great. Like, our numbers are great, better than ever during the weekday.
Yeah.
The weekend are solid. And so it becomes a problem of like, you got to problem solve. So if I say I'm going to change the game of drive-through, I have to be an innovator of how we're going to take orders, of how we're going to cook. Like, if I say I'm going to do that, I need to do it and figure it out. Because you can't have a line like In-N-Out in a drive-through, brick and mortar, and have people wait 30 minutes in line.
Yeah.
No one wants to do that.
Right.
So I need to figure it out. It's a great feeling to have of being busy like that. And I think there's just more gratitude because of where I came from. Like, bro, there was a time when no one was in line.
Yeah.
There was a time when I'd sit in a chair out front and wait hours and not make anything.
Right.
Like, we're not open on New Year's Eve because 2 years in a row I sold $0. So I never open up on New Year's Eve. Even though we might get a little bit of sales now,
Yeah.
people want to be out, people are doing stuff. Like, I just won't be open on that day.
Yeah.
Like, so there's other big concepts in town that have opened and they have like great social media marketing and they're killing off the bat. And they're probably making $3-4 million a year. And it's like, yo, that's dope. That's awesome.
Yeah.
For me, my story is just different. Like, I came from nothing. I've been broke in my business twice. Once in the beginning when dead broke, and once around election time when it was so slow. Took all the money I had and put it back in the business. And so for me, it's a lot sweeter lining. When people like, this energy people get from me is legit and real. When you see me in public and people stop me,
Right.
I'm stoked. When people say things, I'm stoked, dude. Like, it's like, I'm so grateful. I'm just like so grateful for all that stuff. And it's not manufactured of my happiness. It's like, because I remember what it's like to have nothing. I remember what it's like to be like, is this going to work? Like, holy fuck, now we're 8 months in and we're broke as hell and no one's coming. What do I do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I'm just grateful. When there's 4 people in line, I say what's up to everyone. If I'm there, I stop whatever truck. I do not just walk away. I say hello to every single person. dude, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
How'd you hear about us?
Yeah.
Listen, I just like to say hello to everyone. So thank you for the support,
For sure.
you know? And it's like, they tell stories about the Spago days with Wolfgang Puck. He used to walk around the kitchen, or he used to walk around the dining room and make special meals for special people, for people that were sitting, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you like? Oh, I'll make it. They talk about the Chick-fil-A owner used to come around and say hello to every guest. If you ask about the beginning of those 2 years when we had a line every day,
Yeah.
I walked that line the entire night. I didn't leave early. I walked the entire line for 6 hours and I said hello to every guest.
Oh, man.
Because I was grateful that they were there. My mentor was like, yo, make the experience even better.
Yeah.
There's no other owners out there talking to the guests all night. Like, that's because I come from a different beginning, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm in a hospitality guy, like, and I'm just grateful that people are there. And it's little did I know that you're doing stuff that's brand building, because someday they'll tell that story.
Yeah.
Because do you see any other busy concepts out here? The owners walk in the line for 6 hours.
Not even close.
No, I did though,
Yeah.
because I remember when no one was there.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a different perspective because it's a different story, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, you've thrown out just like random facts, but they're not random facts. They are facts that you know. Has your like restaurateur history or like love for the passion become more prevalent in it? Like you went to go learn the history, or was it before?
Before,
Really?
still to now.
Yeah.
Dude, once I knew what I wanted to do, I needed to read, I needed to learn. I was watching YouTube videos. Torchy's Tacos, right? Started as a food trailer, Austin, Texas, 2006. 30 or 40 locations now. Sold for $600 million. The CEO still is the CEO and founder. He's still the CEO. He still owns a percentage.
Yeah.
That's a pipe dream, dude. 600 million?
Yeah.
You started a food trailer
Okay.
and you 600 million.
I see it.
And he used to pass out queso all the time, free queso and chips
Yeah.
to the surrounding areas so people would get to know it. Sprinkles cupcakes.
Yep.
They tell the story of like dropping off cupcakes, this and that, right? Dropped it off somewhere in New York and the news reporter said something like, oh, sorry, I was just finishing my Sprinkles cupcake. And they blew up, right?
Yep.
Fuku Burger, passed out burgers everywhere in town. You can ask about me in town. They might not know my name,
Yeah.
but they know me as a cheesecake and tiramisu guy.
Absolutely.
I do the moves that no one else does because of what was taught to me by my mentors and what I read about.
Mm-hmm.
I will take a whole tray of tiramisu or cheesecake and feed an entire kitchen.
Dog.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, I showed up for my reservation. My name's Giuliano. You guys just opened, right? I just went to this big steakhouse that I love from San Diego's on the southwest part of town.
Yeah.
Gave cards to everyone for free food and brought desserts, like, I go out of my way to do that kind of stuff because that's brand building too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just something I do of like, hey, here's that. So the more I read about certain things, like I take it and I multiply it by 100.
Mm.
I think it's an ego thing and I'm just so well driven. If someone goes, it's like when one of the social media influencers taught me how to make social media, like, you know, very grateful for her.
Yeah.
And when I said, how many times should I post? She's like, well, depends how successful you want to be.
Yeah.
I said, so every day. And I posted every day.
Easy as that.
Yeah. And now I do 3 to 6 videos a day if I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're everywhere.
Yeah.
But you're also not only, I don't want to answer for you. It may be your ego, but I think you also understand giving things away and the power of it, right? Because everyone right now has their hand out for everything. You know what I mean? I remember, dude, when I asked, when I started this thing, and I just reached out to as many people as I possibly can to sit down with me, and a dude replied back, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm down for $600." And I was like, "You want to sit down with me and have a conversation maybe for an hour, and you want me to pay you when I'm paying for this?" You know what I mean? I was like, "No, I'm okay." So I'll never. And it kind of like left a bad taste in my mouth, but it also was a reality check that I needed to have, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to meet people like that, but it also put something inside of me where anybody asks me to do anything, I'm just down to do it. Same idea and concept that you have, right? Because I was early on slapped down, you know what I mean? And I was like, I'll never do that to someone.
Correct.
So if I can sit down and have a conversation, if I can help someone else out, if I can listen to what they have going on and help them tweak and just change this little bit of thing, I'm not going to charge you for any of it, dude. It's just something that I learned along the way. I'll happily give it away. Go give it away to someone else because someone else gets to be great, dude. Like I just happen to learn this. That doesn't give me the right to sell it. You know what I mean? Just being kind and just being gracious, you know? So,
I think of it like this.
Yeah.
A business consultant, right? So you don't have the balls to go out and risk your own money and do your own thing.
Yeah.
So you're charging someone to come in and tell them what decisions to make
Right.
with their money.
Yep.
And you know it's going to be a great thing. You're worth $50,000 or whatever it may be. Cool. That's how you make your money now. No big deal.
Yeah.
Right. But like Fuku Burger helps me every day.
Mhm.
Other people in the community help me. In-N-Out got back to me. I wrote a food truck in Vegas, wrote In-N-Out a handwritten letter,
Yeah.
and they helped me today.
Yeah.
Like, they don't need to do that. I said I want to be a gourmet drive-through, that I want to be as big as you guys. They could have ignored me.
Yeah.
I wrote a lot of successful people, and a lot of people never got back. And I wrote like 2-3 letters. I'm relentless. And so, yeah, having to do with food, having to do with knowledge, bro, I want to give this stuff away for free all the time. I want to just pay it forward. And like, if I need to take an hour phone call with someone, I make the time. Like, if I can help in some way,
Love it.
I will. And like, that's why the bigger I get and the more I do is like, I'm going to do that same thing. Like, I am going to help for free because I make my money from 303.
There it
I'm
is.
not going to make my money from this other stuff. That's okay.
Yep.
Other people have different ways of making money, and
Yep.
you might have a couple hustles and, hey, this is how I got to get my $300. Cool, man. Like, good for you.
Yeah.
But I'm building something so big and so strong that I make money from 303. I'm going to help everyone I can along the way because it's the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
Not because I'm some righteous like, it's just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And the people that helped me, it means more than anything. It was very hard to do what we did in the beginning, and people, oh, you're lucky. And you don't say things out loud, but I'm just thinking like, no, you just don't have what it takes of what I do every day.
Mhm.
Because you have to be relentless and it's not fun.
Yeah.
But if you want to accomplish those goals, it just takes so much to accomplish those goals. And there's 20 things that smack you along the way.
I had 2 questions I want to ask you. One, what made you choose food truck instead of just initially jumping right into brick and mortar? I know the restaurant world, right? You hear the stats and data, it's the hardest thing to overcome and accomplish. But then secondly, when did you know, or what markers did you hit with your first food truck that you were like, okay, it's safe to go to number 2? Or were you like, I'm missing out because I don't have number 2?
I think it had to do with the money thing.
Okay.
So I'm in business with my dad, and my brother's a small investor. And all of us together, like, dude, I don't think we wanted to take the risk of putting $500,000 into a restaurant opening.
Gotcha.
When I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, oh, we'll buy a food truck. It'll be fine. Like, and I didn't know what I was doing, and it just happened to work out good.
Yeah.
As far as the second question, I can't really remember. It might have been, dude, all my decisions stem from Colin from Fuku Burger.
Okay.
Like, he called me one day and he was like, hey, I was just thinking about it. You got to be open 7 days. Open on Tuesday. Oh, okay. Got to go. Bye. Like, he's that type of like, he's that leader to me that I just listen. I was like, okay, I guess I'm opening 7 days. I don't remember. It might have been him. It might have been someone else, but I think we were so busy all the time, and so many people wanted to eat us, but they didn't want to wait in the line, that they asked to open Centennial. We opened Centennial, super busy for like first 3 or 4 months, like lines every day. And they could die down. It was hot. It's different with a food truck. If it's 118 degrees out, that was 2 summers ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember 2 summers ago.
Dude, killer.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
So we slowed down a little bit. We still did great for a food truck, and for like being open at 5 p.m. Like, we still did great. That truck is like consistent with numbers right now, slight growth. And so the second location helps out, and we do everything from a one stemmed area.
Okay.
So that's like the model, like, so In-N-Out, they have a production center.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And they might have vested interest in farms and this and that. And so they get their stuff really cheap, and then they make everything at this production facility. Then they take a truck and they take it to the restaurant.
Yep.
So that restaurant doesn't have the labor of cutting the lettuce or this, like, it's all prepared and ready for them, however they need to do it.
Right.
So that's why it's beneficial to us. So the third location will set us even more above the top because we have one centralized location.
Got you.
Yeah, there's just different models to things. Like, there might be a concept with 4 places in town. They're making everything in each place.
Right.
Our goal is to be centralized. All the desserts made in one spot, sauces made in one spot, get shipped out for quality control, so that, and only some things get made on site, like fried chicken, smoked chicken, pinto, like certain stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's dive a little bit actually like into the nitty gritty of the food truck world within itself. What are the hours created because being in Vegas and it's hot? So after the sun goes down, like, that's the reason that you guys have the hours that you do?
Yeah. Colin, again, from Fuku Burger,
Yeah.
said they used to be open 8 to late is what they called it. So if you grew up here in Vegas, you knew that it was the hottest food truck in the country.
Yeah.
All the time busy. They had car meets. He would do 8 to late, 8 to like 4 a.m, right? And he was like, you got to do late because it's hot in the summer. You don't have to change your hours. So we did that. I did 8 to 12 at first, and then we extended it 7 to 1.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that has a lot to do with it. The other thing is with the food truck world, there's 3 ways to make money.
Okay.
You could live and die by caterings, which is great.
Yeah.
I know tons of people that make great money. They have caterings year round, a little slower here and there. You could do festivals and events. Great. No problem. But do you remember like 2 years ago, like We Were Young or something got canceled because of the wind?
Yeah.
All those people were out of all that food. And I don't know if they got refunded the money.
I don't think any of the vendors got paid back.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other one is like the Mexican taco trucks. You get a spot and you build that spot up. So that's what I did. Like I went the route of just building up my own spot, and like people try to get us to close and come cater an event or do this. And first off, I say no, because it's not fair to take away from people who are planning their Vegas trip around us.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ask what number it would take. I tell them the number and they're like, that seems a little high, isn't it? I was like, no, I built up my spot. I'm going to make that money.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pay more than what I'm going to make because you're going to have me close.
Right.
So it's just like, it's differences of that, because it's nice you can get up and you can move here and there, but no one wants to follow a food truck around the city. If you know what I mean? Like it's hard to be successful in that sense.
Talking about the picking a spot, because that is something that's really cool about food trucks. When you find the one that you love, you're like, you know what parking lot you're going to. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's in the Albertsons over here on this side of town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What is that interaction like, trying to like get the opportunity? You know what I mean? Having those conversations with the already existing business owner and being like, can I put this here? So what is that like, dude?
So I'm relentless.
Okay.
I'm not scared to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
You put me in a room with someone, 98% of people are going to like me because I'm authentic. I'm not overbearing, and I'm like not really obnoxious, right? You either love my personality or you hate my personality, because I'm real. You know, I'm not going to bullshit you. I knew I was going to be open Thursday through Sunday, 8 p.m. to 12. I drove around for months. Yeah, dude, because I moved here in June, quit all my jobs on June 6th. I was here by June 12th. We didn't open till the mid of August, right? Because it was still, I drove around for months. Between that time, looking for areas I want to be in. I would write emails. I would show up to the business during the day and talk to them over and over and over, right? Same with the second location. I made hundreds of phone calls before someone said, yeah, you can park at my gas station, because I used to park at the gas station before the hospital.
Okay.
And the business owner, I'm at Palladium Sam's, right? It's like the only strip club in Vegas where you can gamble at, right? And I walked in there multiple times, talking to the manager, finally ran into the owner, gave him my flyer. He goes, I think it'd be great for you to be here. And you're chasing the American dream. I would love to have you. So we wrote up a month-to-month contract. He put me there, and I was relentless. We blew up. I was super scared. I asked the general manager, I was like, yo, is Bob going to like raise the rent on me? And he's like, no, dude, Bob's sober like you. Like that guy's rooting for you. I was like, no shit. That guy's been a great help, a great man to help me around any corner, never wanting to raise rent on me. Dude, he's just been nothing but wanting to help me.
Fire.
And that's because of the relationships that I do, and he sees what I do in the community, and he's got nothing but good stuff to say to me. And like, so if you're trying to do anything, not just a food truck,
right,
just keep asking, keep going, dude. Like, let's say you want to do something in the music business. Why don't you write 200 emails a day to different production companies and say, hey, I want to get into this, can I get some? Some are going to ask for money. I bet you find someone who's making money, a real motherfucker, answers and be like, here's my number, call me, let's talk.
Absolutely.
But you have to be relentless in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was, for me, it's not difficult. I'm not scared, bro. I'm just like, I'm outgoing. Like, I like talking to people. Like I'm like, hey, how you doing? You know? And like, I'm not.
No.
It's like you, cause like you're very personal. Like when we first sat down, we talked about our kids, this and that.
Yep.
You just kind of open up, you just be authentic, you be yourself. You don't have to like put on a show. And so with me, I'm not ever putting on a show. I'm, kind of goofy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a nerd, right? But I'm rough around the edges. I was shooting dope like 10 years ago. Like I'm still a bit much, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But it's tough though. So like the audience hears this, they're like, it's going to be a little bit of pushback.
Oh, for sure.
You gotta ride the wave until you get the yes. So that's what it is though, is you have to get the okay from like the business owner to be there, stay there, set up like a contract?
Yeah, you have to be able to use their restroom, and your employees use their
Oh,
restroom.
okay.
And then so then you get an agreement, then you show the health department, then you can legally park there.
Gotcha.
So you have like 4 hours to operate. Different permits will allow you to park longer.
Okay.
But like, yeah, don't be afraid to say no. Like, don't be afraid that someone is going to say no to you.
Yeah.
That's got to be the main thing.
What's it like getting permits and like going through like the health and safety board? Like what do those hurdles and obstacles look like if you're trying to start a food truck, man?
It can be overwhelming. It could be a lot. And I think that's why I'm good. I thrive in the chaos.
Yeah.
And with my day-to-day and with opening is you get a whole bunch of information of what you need. Like, oh my gosh, I need commercial insurance first. Then I need an agreement with the commissary. Then I need to do an inspection with the health department. Then after I get all those, then I can go apply for city licenses. Then with city licenses, they're going to connect me with the fire department, and I'm going to have to get approved for fire department safety. I might have to use planning. Like, it's a big list, and you just check it off one by one by one. That's the difference.
Okay.
If you're not, you're going to be overwhelmed anyways. It's going to seem like a lot. Who cares? Lay it down in front of you and say, okay, I'm going to get 5 things done today. What are the 5 things that I have to do to get to my next step? Because you have to have commercial insurance before you can. So before you can get a health permit, you need a commissary agreement. Okay. Then you contact the commissary because you're thinking you need a health permit. Commissary goes, you need commercial license or commercial insurance or you can't be here. Okay. Then you call a commercial insurance agent. Hey, blah, blah, you got to register. You got the food truck's in your name. It needs to be registered in your business name. Here I go back to the DMV, change it. Like, it's all steps little by little.
Mm-hmm.
And, that the city's pretty organized with like giving you a to-do list. Like, here's your to-do list.
How long realistically, dude? Time frame. What would it be like? Let's say you purchase your food truck now to being able to actually open legally with all your permits, insurance, all of that good
Let's
stuff.
say your food truck is built out to proper Nevada specs.
Oh,
so the LP has to be, the LP, which is propane gas. Those pipes have to be the right size and built the right way with fire suppressor system. And you have to have like your fire extinguishers and stuff. So let's say you get your food truck ready to the top.
Yeah, you've bought it from someone else who's already ran it.
Yeah, and it's good.
Yeah.
I would say 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
If you're going at it, chugging away every day.
Yeah, because even like when you file with Clark County, which is unincorporated, it's everything below Sahara.
Yeah.
You have to do a background check. That takes a while. You have to go in and get a workman card at the police station off of Martin Luther King over here.
Big
You have to
metro.
go in there and wait in line. That's a whole day.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to schedule an appointment with the business license division. Sometimes they're 2 weeks out.
Okay.
So it's not that if you could get everything done day after day after day, you could be done in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just like, no, the next appointment is until 2 Fridays from now.
Right.
Okay, well, I guess I'll see you in 2 Fridays. And then you're waiting around.
Yeah.
Because you can't do anything else to get that next step.
And then you could have made a mistake, like you said, of putting the food truck in your name. It needs to be in the business name. So now you have to go back.
Depending what they need. Yeah. Like
Got it.
things could be out of whack, could be wrong.
And then this is all, you're doing this and at the exact same time trying to find a location.
Yeah.
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 Wow. So there's hurdles, there's obstacles to make this thing. It isn't like, and the reason that I'm breaking this down this way is because I want the audience to truly know, it isn't just luck. You know what I mean? He made a couple of videos, people just like his story, or he paid an influencer and it popped off, or Keith Lee came through. There's 25 things behind the scenes. You guys have no idea what happened. So I hope that they get the opportunity now, us breaking it down. Like there's a lot that goes into this.
Get yourself a mentor.
Okay.
If you want to start a business or excel in anything.
Yeah.
Of someone who's doing it at a level you aspire to be at, because they're going to help you and guide you.
Absolutely.
A mentor will just help you pivot. Hey, this is the next thing. Go figure it. Like, let me know. Here's my advice. You know? Yeah.
What's it like though? Like having the health board, like breathe down your neck. Is that like stressful? Is it crazy? Do they just randomly pop up?
Yeah. At first it's stressful, right?
Yeah.
Like I got shut down once and put on dirty dining because I was parking at my house. You can't park at your house.
Okay.
It was like more convenient. It was easier. Like whatever, dude. That's what I was doing. We were running Renegade, right?
Yeah.
And the HOA called the health department. Health department showed up, and Jacob, who's in charge of there, I'm like, Jacob, what's up, dude? He's like, you can't park here, dude.
Goddamn HOA.
So you get shut down. You got to pay $1,800 to reopen, and then you're on dirty dining. Dirty dining calls you. Hey, you got shut down. I was like, yeah, I did. We were parking at my food truck. The health department is good because it's like for food safety. Like. There are businesses out there not doing stuff the right way. Like you could get people sick. Like you You shouldn't get people sick. Just like when people are lawyers or doctors, like they need to do things in the right way so your client doesn't get hurt or that you're treating a patient correctly. It's important. That stuff is important, whether you're paying them or not. Like that stuff is important. And same with food. Like food safety is our actual number one concern. Like employee safety, like on the trucks and in operations, and food safety are like at the forefront every day, because we don't want to get our employees hurt on the job and we don't want to get anyone sick. Gotcha. So that is our number one priority. Because if anything is ever in question or a label fell off and we don't know, like, dude, it could be 5 days, could be 7 days. We just throw it out. Like maybe it's $100. Like if I lose $100 and don't get 10 people sick, that's good.
It's worth it.
Yeah, because you can't answer to money around every corner. You got to do the right thing when no one's looking. That's one of our like core values.
Yeah,
is like integrity and doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Absolutely. Yeah. Can I ask you, what is it cost? So like, what is a retrofitted, like you were talking about with the LP, food truck ready to go cost? And then what does it cost? Like permits, insurance, everything. Like what does it look starting out the gate? What should a entrepreneur think already? This is what I have to have invested.
So for a food trailer and food truck, right?
Okay. So that's
or a food trailer and the truck that tows it. Cause I have trailers, right?
Okay. Got it.
Commercial insurance. How much do you think it is a month?
Commercial insurance. How much a month? $2,000.
More. So
$7,000.
last year, no. So last year I paid $72,000 in insurance for the year.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
$6,000.
100%.
Yeah.
And that was for 2 food trucks, but still.
Okay, yeah.
So there's that.
So 3 each.
Yeah.
3,000.
So let's say it's 3,000, right? That's general liability and insurance. You got to get a bond for it. So you got to pay for the bonds, right? So there's that. You start with state sales tax. They might want a bond from you. You got to pay the commissary. Let's say you're just parking, so they need first and last month. So it's $1,500. You need Clark County license, $500. You need City of Las Vegas. I can't remember how much it is, but it's a couple $100.
Got it.
You need a background check.
Okay.
$500.
Yep.
Let's see, that's just for the licenses. And what else do I need? I need a POS system. So I need to buy new POS systems because I don't have any.
Yeah.
I need uniforms.
Okay.
So I need uniforms.
Yeah.
I need all the equipment that goes on the food truck.
There we go.
Let's say the equipment's already on there and what you buy.
Okay.
But you need spatulas, you need bowls, you need mixing stuff. $3,000 for stuff. You got to buy the food for the week to start.
For sure. Yeah.
Then the health department, $700 for your health permit. And $300 for the initial inspection because you're starting for the first time. And I'm probably missing more that I can't think of. Oh, propane. So you need your propane thing filled. A couple $100, maybe $100 for the week.
Yeah.
You're gonna need gas in your truck, right? It's a lot,
dude.
You should save as much money as you can before starting a business.
So put aside like $15,000.
I'd
$20,000.
Way more.
Yeah.
Way more.
Jeez,
because
dude.
Besides buying it and then the startup costs, you might not be making
any
money right away.
Yeah.
Are you going to do it with a business partner? Are you doing it? Are your parents helping?
Yeah.
Is your wife helping? We had a full-time employee off the bat. She was on salary. Yeah. You know, she was great. Part of our story. Much love to her.
Yep.
But she got paid all the time.
The way that you do business, the way that you've talked about your staff and like your integrity, the things that matter to you, you said like 4 pillars earlier. Is it, do you kind of have like employees beating down your block? Like, hey, do you need another person? Like, I'd love to work for you.
I do have people asking that.
Yeah.
Right. And, it's challenging. Like that's the most challenging part of business. You know, I have whatever right now, 18 different personalities, 18 different potential problems.
Oh, okay. Not you.
What do you mean?
I thought you were like, I have 18 different personalities. But you're talking about
there's 18 different personalities you got to deal with.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah. That's like the most challenging thing. You know, you have to, it sounds so cheesy. You have to inspire people. It's hard to get people to buy into this pipe dream. I have met some people, and there's some people that work for me that believe in me and know what I'm like, that they're like, you're going to do everything you say you will. Because that's who I am. I'll do exactly what I say I'm going to do. I don't know how long it'll take me to get there, but I'm going to figure it out. But it is hard. I get it. Like people aren't programmed to work for other people, but like sometimes things are means to an end, or you got to think about your future. Like there's great jobs out there with great benefits. Like, dude, do your 40, 50 hours.
Absolutely.
You're going to retire and have a retire package, and you get insurance paid, get to go on your vacations. Like you get time off when you want. Like you're going to be able to enjoy your life.
Right.
I'm just a different person where I'm trying to go so hard every day, build something so people have that luxury with me.
Yeah.
And it's, over time it's progressed, and I have some real heavy hitters that have been with me for a long time. I have some people that are definitely had to leave because of personal stuff that are waiting to come back. Like that are just like, hey, when you're ready for like that brick and mortar, hey, when you're doing a second work, hey, when you're going to Phoenix, call me.
Yeah.
I will help with Phoenix. Whatever. Like there's people that can see what I'm doing and know where I'm going to go that are part of it. You
That's
know?
awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's all you. So that's really cool that you've built that. You know what I mean?
It feels good. Like I don't look at it like that, but you know, it's when people say nice, kind things like that, and then you take a step back and you look at it like, I've done a lot of work to get where I am. I'm nowhere near finished.
There we go.
I'm like, but you do have to enjoy the ride. The journey's the dopest part. It's all these cheesy cliches that just like that's so cheesy. It is, dude. The journey's so fun.
That's real.
That's why I would never sell. What my life looks like now with 2 food trucks, when I'm in multiple markets, my life is going to be great.
Yeah.
Like everything's going to be okay. Why would I give it up? Let's keep building. Let's see how big we can go.
Right.
Let's see where I'm at. Let's see if I can instill things in my children to take over for me and still care about the employees first more than money.
Ooh, that was fire. That definitely has to be something ingrained in you, but also probably something you picked up from like the in and out mentality. You know what I mean? Because there's not a lot. I mean, you watch these shows on TV now, dude, like, and I'm not trying to call Gordon Ramsay out or nothing, but you see the way that he talks to chefs, and those aren't even like his chefs. Those are just regular everyday humans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He comes in the kitchen, he just rips them up, and they're just like terrified of this person, dude. So that mentality that you have is completely different than other people in your industry, which is really, really cool.
And the thing is, I'm not perfect every day. There's times I fall as a leader for sure. I have so much to work on. But I do try to be like, hey, this is our standard. This is where we're at. Hey, some people might not be the greatest. They can have work, but they have great attitudes. You can't teach attitude.
No.
I will take a medium performer with a great attitude any day over a high performer with a shitty attitude.
Love it.
Because that's toxic for your company, right? So we try to like motivate them in that way of like, dude, do you know where we're going? Like be a part of the journey, stay as long as you want. But like, I'm going to accomplish all these things I talk about. And like the people that are with me from the beginning, they're going to be in a very good spot in 10 years. They're still with me.
So were you like in the kitchen actually like cooking to start off? Are you still in that position today?
No.
Okay.
So I'm very grateful for where I'm at.
Yeah. No doubt.
I was cooking at first.
Okay.
Shout out to Pollyanna, first employee we ever had.
There we go.
The
Shout
Russian
out.
thunderstorm. She took orders in Expo. She was great. She would prep during the day and I would do all the other stuff. She was great. I loved it because I hate prep. I'm slow at it. I'm not very good. And my call in from Fuku Burger, little by little, I remember we finally were breaking even. I told him like, dude, we're breaking even right now. We didn't lose any money this pay period.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, you ready for the next level? I'm like, what? He's like, hire another person, open another day. I'm like, dude, we just start, like, that's scary.
Back in the red. Yeah.
He's like, are you ready for the next level? Yes. Okay. I hired another person, open another day. He told me to stop cooking and start taking orders. Cause I have that personality. I'm great with like front of house and like I serve tables and bartended. And then we blew up to like a whole nother level. And he goes, all right, you ready for the next level? I'm like, what's up? Cause I was taking orders for the first few months. He was like, stop taking orders and walk the line. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, walk the line and be yourself. Aren't you grateful they're all there? I'm like, dude, I'm so happy. He goes, go tell each and every one of them that every night. Go talk to every guest. See where they're from. See how they heard about you. See if they already know what they're ordering or if they haven't decided yet.
Wow.
Go be yourself. Okay. So today I'm at a very good spot. I spend a lot of time at our main kitchen where they make everything. I just kind of oversee. Majority of them do not have to be looked over their shoulder too much. They just have to be little tweaks, supervisor there looking stuff. And then the 2 locations, I'm at one or the other. I have not worked a full, there has been times, I forget, something happened one time and the supervisor couldn't make it to work because her brother went to the hospital. I went there and expoed and took orders for the rest of the night. I did that. I got out of bed and went because that's what needed to be done.
Right.
I'm still there to fix every crisis, to help everything. Because I've gone against everything and seen every bad thing that can happen so far. I'm a phone call away.
Yeah.
Do this, and this, you're fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't prep. I don't work on the grill. I don't take orders. I like to pop in and help. I'll take orders for a little bit on a Thursday because it's busy. Like, yeah, I'll help out and I'll interact with 30 guests and then it dies down and I leave. I'm at that point of, they say the CEO's job is to navigate every crisis and solve every crisis that comes and keep the company moving in the direction we want to go. So I've done a lot more community outreach, helping with the community, really working on the inner workings of staff and development. And our companies run better than ever. There's still hiccups. There's still things not going great, but everything is better than ever as a company. And like life is really good right now, you know?
Shout out to Colin, dude. That dude is...
That's my guy.
For real.
That's my food truck daddy.
Yeah, for real. That dude's mentality and the mentorship and the guidance is next level. And I'm listening to it obviously as a food truck, right? But I'm taking it in and absorbing it for things that I could do within my own business. And I'm appreciative to Colin, like for real. Shout out to Colin.
So check this story. This is a real story.
Yeah, please do it.
We had one truck killing it, doing great. And 1 week, the profit margin was down 8%. And I'm like, dude, we're down 8% this week. And he goes, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, the bottom line, like how we make money. He goes, do your employees give a fuck about your bottom line? I'm like, no. He's like, do your guests give a fuck about your bottom line? I'm like, no. He goes, well, then why the fuck would you care about your bottom line?
Wow.
Care about your employees, care about your guests, put them first. Like, and your bottom line will be just fine. And I was like, that's some Jedi, like, that's just a different level of like, of course he's not saying to not worry about your money.
Yeah.
But that was my stress in the week.
Yep.
He goes, how was your guest experience this week? Did you have a bunch of 5 stars? I'm like, yeah, we killed it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. How's the staff? Are they happy this week? Yeah, honestly, there's nothing going on. Wow. Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's keep focusing on the basics. Same when I like bring something up about another concept. It's like, man, this concept in town, they're doing this. Da, da, da. He goes, why the fuck are you worried about someone else? Keep your blinders on. Like, stay focused. And then he'll hang up. That's my guy.
Shout out Colin.
Yeah, shout out Colin, dude. That's my dude.
Shout out Colin. You've said this a few times while we sat down today of a brick and mortars in the future. What does that look like, dude? Tell me, what is the vision? And I know obviously you make everything come true, like you've been saying. So talk a little bit about that. What's going on?
So I think it'll be fantastic. It's going to bring a lot more value. Okay. So right now, our cheesecake is $16.50. It's 2 pieces. It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
That's $8.25 a slice if you think about it, right? Some people are just like, yo, you're overpriced. It's too expensive. After tax, it's $17.80. Like $18 for a cheesecake. That's ridiculous. I understand. I'm going to sell them all anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm not changing it. I don't have room in the food truck. The restaurant's going to be great. We're going to do smaller portions of desserts. We're going to offer the OGs, but we're also going to order like a half portion. Hey, $10 for a half portion. Oh, dude, that's way more doable. Oh, a $9 tiramisu instead of a $12.50. Like just different portions, right? The loaded fries, we're also going to serve half versions. So like if you're on lunch, dude, a Kraken fry is $18.50. You're going to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So just like a half portion, easy for lunch. And we're also going to add a couple salads.
Okay.
Just because there needs to be a couple of salads. Like let's say the moms want to bring their kids and like, I want a salad because it's still great. Like I'm going to make a bomb ass salad because I care about the food. I'm not going to whip some bullshit together.
Right.
It'll really give more value. You know, I want a family to be able to come and like, hey, we spent $60, but there was 5 of us and we all got dessert and got food. Like this is a good value.
Yeah.
You know, we're not the cheapest and like sometimes we're just not on people's price point.
Yep.
And you have to stand tall in what you do. Like that's why I poke fun at the videos of like most overhyped, overpriced. Like, so what I'm gonna do? Take it personal.
Right.
In the food business, you price things out with what you buy it for. Like some lady asked me, she was like, "Are you sure that this should be this price?" And I was like, "Well, it actually has to like do with food cost, you know." She's like, "Well, blah blah blah," and I was just nice, but in my head, I'm like, "Lady, like if you don't understand, like no need to be rude to me, you know." Like it's challenging when you hear certain stuff, but you can't waver from it. I stand behind my product. I stand behind what we do. I stand behind my employees. And like, if you want to support us, great. If you came out and tried us and we weren't what you loved, thank you for the support.
Yeah.
It means a lot that you gave us a shot. I hope that someday you change your mind to come back.
I think that the brick and mortars also, it's going to open up another lane for you because the opportunity to sit down, hang out, and enjoy, right? Like there is Friday night family date nights. You know what I mean? If we can go and hang out at your place, not only do we have the opportunity to spend more money, but it's just an experience that we can make as a family at your venue, right?
Yeah.
And then there's also people in the world, dude, like, let's be real, they call it roach coaches. They just like, I'm not eating at
100%. Understandable.
So now you've opened yourself up to get this opportunity of more people being busy all the time. So I think it's a fantastic idea. Are you ready for that extra opportunity of growth? And it's a new challenge. You said it yourself, like you don't know brick and mortar. Are you ready to take on what this is about to bring you?
Even if I'm not ready, I'm going to go anyways. You know, if I think I'm as prepared as I am and it turns out I'm underprepared, it's okay. It's going to be a learning lesson and I just won't get up and I won't give up and we'll make it right. So I believe super strong in manifestation. Okay. Dude, I speak it out loud. I speak it into existence. I believe it to the core. Yeah. I'm not afraid to say things out loud of what I'm going to do. And you just work towards it every day and you make those things real. I believe in like God. I believe in a higher power and like everything's going to work out. You know what I mean? So like, this is the next step. This is on our way. And when we become the proven brick and mortar and we go from there and then we get more money and then we can do a drive-through, finally we'll do it. Because a drive-through right now, to like lease a drive-through, $12,000 to $15,000 in rent a month.
Wow.
I can't do that kind of risk. It just wouldn't be smart. So we're going to do a restaurant first, probably with no drive-through and progression, steps and steps and steps. And like, I know I'm a consumer. I know this is going to be a fantastic concept in the brick and mortar space of convenience of people going through the drive-through and getting that tiramisu as good as it is. Yeah. They're gonna be like, bro, I just got a burrito and a tiramisu for whatever. Let's say it's like $19 or $20, whatever. You're like, bro, this is a steal. This is the best burrito in town and the best tiramisu. 100%. So like, we're going to change the game of drive-through. Yeah. We just don't know if it'll take 2 decades or 3 decades or 4 decades, but I'm in it for the long haul. Okay. So I was going to ask you before you just ended with that is timeline. Do you have one in your mind? What does it look like to make this come to fruition? I made a goal to sign something by December 1st. Okay. Something came up, something fell through. It didn't work out. So we're still looking. We're avidly looking and getting all our ducks in a row behind the scenes. It's the universe, God, however you want to, is going to open it up when it's meant to. It's going to happen. I just keep putting out every day. I'm looking every day, like something will open itself up. That will be a perfect opportunity for us. And I will hop on it and we'll take care of it. Absolutely. Yeah. I wanted to ask you this, dude. Do you think like the difference of your food truck, is it you? Like, and I mean this in the most respectful way and like, shit, let your ego go if you want to. You know what I mean? Like, this is your moment. Is the difference between you and everyone else around town, take Colin out because Fuka Burger killed it, right? Is it you? Because you guys are different. And then for you to stand 10 toes down on the price and for you to have the wait time that you do, for you to see the growth potential that you do, what do you think is the separating factor of you guys and setting you apart from everything else out here? So here's my mindset taught by mentors of mine. You could take the exact same concept. You could take my recipes and park right next to me and you would not recreate what I recreated because you don't have what it takes. You just don't. If I went and did something else, if I went and did a different concept, I would make it successful. That's just like, yeah, it's an ego, but like, that's just who I am. Like, if I did a different concept, if I opened a different thing, I would kill it because that's who I am. Like, it's what I do above and beyond every single day because you have to. Like, it's about outworking yourself from yesterday. But yeah, dude, there's other people out there trying to build great concepts that have a lot of motion in the city right now just because of their social media capabilities. Those are very dangerous individuals. Like, if I was to do the same concept as them, right? Like you have to like know your opponents, know competition, and like you can't overthink about yourself. So yeah, as far as food trucks go, like I'm just hungrier than all of them. And when it comes to restaurants, when I step in that world, I'm gonna be the same heavy hitter. I'm just gonna be in the building because that's what I am. I'm a heavy hitter. Dude, Giuliano, you're the man. I always end the show with this. I let the guest have a moment where I say, let's say everything off the internet is wiped away. All of your content is completely scrubbed away, but you get 45 seconds to let the world know, A, who Giuliano is,
And then B, what do they need to do from your life, your perspective lens, to make them successful?
So everything is wiped from the internet.
Yeah.
And I get 45 seconds to tell people to lay out the path to success.
Yeah.
Make a goal, write it down, figure out the 100 little goals to get there. Find a mentor that's doing it on a level you aspire to be at. Follow the roadmap they lay out. Be relentless in your pursuit every day. Help everyone along the way for free. Do more for the community than for yourself. Put your employees first. Care about your product. Care about the guests and the guest experience. And you will make money and you will thrive. And when you're doing really well, go 10 times harder. And when you're not doing as well, go 10 times harder. And along the way, enjoy the ride. Be a good individual. And remember that your family and friends are more important than your business. But you can make your business leverage your life. So it depends what you want your life to be. So believe in yourself, jump off that cliff, follow your dreams, crush your goals, and don't let anyone tell you that you're not capable. Don't let anyone put their limitations on you. You're going to listen to them or put your fucking nuts on the table, right? So mess around and find out, see what's up.
There it is, bro. I love it. Hey, let the people know what you got going on, how they can contact you, and then
So we're a Las Vegas food truck right off the strip. We got one in Centennial, third location on the way. You can look up any of the social medias or the website. It's got all the information. Even if you don't come out and support me, go support local. Local is huge. I still buy from big business, but local is the cornerstone of our community. They put a lot of the money back into the community through employees and other things of supporting businesses. So even if you don't support me, go support local.
this was another episode of the Double Down Podcast with my man Giuliano of 303 in the Cut. And you guys know how I love to end this. If no one else believes in you, you believe in yourself. If no one else believes in that dream that you have, you double down on yourself and you believe in it. Even if at the very end of the day, it's you in a dark room and no one to turn to on your left or the right, double down on everything that you think you can make come true, and it'll come true.